I came from New York City to live the Maine life. I was hired to design outdoor footwear.
I live the Maine life. We're looking for college grads, so come get your check.
I came from Venezuela to live the Maine life. I opened my own restaurant.
Learn more about hundreds of Maine jobs and our tax program for college grads at liveandworkinmaine.com.
Hi everyone, here's a look at what's coming up on this week's episode. Little Giant. I'm here. Where's Uncle Guy? Welcome. Bon appetit.
Hi everybody, I'm Kevin Oates.
I'm Erin Ovalle, and this is MaineLife.
An echo of an echo is the semblance of a sound. And I press and I've waited with my ear upon the ground. Oh, lover, I'll see you there, waiting in the willows with your autumn hair. Oh, lover, I'll see you there after many miles.
Hi everyone, welcome back to MaineLife here at our home MYRO studios in downtown Portland. This week's Maine Business, we are featuring one of the country's top 100 accounting and consulting firms, Baker Newman Noyes, located right here in downtown Portland. Before we introduce you to some of the folks over there, we are celebrating our music contributors, Ghost of Paul Revere.
And they are on the road right now exploring the entire country, playing concerts from Maine to Utah to the South. And more importantly than that though, they have a new album coming out October 27th called Monarch. This has been a year and a half in the making. This album is a whole new direction. They have drums, they have horns, strings. It's a beautiful album top to bottom. And they can't wait to show it to the world.
Take a listen.
Where are all the friends that I have known? Do they look the same or have they grown? Did you sell the house or are you home? Seems like 10 years is too long to roam. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Welcome home. Hey, you cut down this old family tree. Is this awkward silence 'cause of me? Hey, what happened to your wedding rings? Terrified of what your silence brings. Welcome home.
Live and Work in Maine is a statewide organization that partners with Maine employers to help attract and keep people here to live and work full-time. Our partnership with MaineLife helps to tell their stories.
So I totally did not want to be an accountant when I was coming out of college. I thought accountants were much too boring. They were sitting in a back room, you know, adding receipts, playing with a 10 key, wearing a pocket protector, all that sort of thing. But I knew that I wanted to stay in Maine here at Baker Newman Noyes, and I actually fell in love with the place. It's really, it's been really interesting because we've gone from a firm of around 120 people to a firm of 260 people in the 20 years I've been here. I think having the growth like that, even with a Maine marketplace that's not maybe growing quite as rapidly as we are. We've seen a lot of expansion, adding offices in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, but we're still pretty much a Maine-based firm, and it's kind of nice to kind of see a lot of Maine businesses do well during that period of time. That's helped us grow. All of us pretty much are participate on boards. volunteer in the community. It's always just been one of those things that's part of our culture and part of who we are. So whether it's being part of the United Way or doing an American Heart Walk or a 5K for Make-A-Wish or something like that, most of our employees all find something that's meaningful to them, and then the firm really supports that. And that's kind of a really nice thing to be part of a firm that values contributing to the community. So I do a lot of the hiring for the Portland office. You know, we actually look kind of nationwide because it's surprising how many people might want to locate here for just the way of life, and it makes it you know, it's great as a company to be able to draw people in like that because the skill set is you know, accountants are everywhere, so it's a pretty portable job.
So you've been with Baker Newman Noyes for how long about?
Just about 2 months. So it's been great. We wanted to find a town that you know, had strong schools, was on the beach, was close to a big city with great restaurants and tons of stuff to do, and we thought that was impossible until we found you know, we found Baker Newman Noyes here in Portland, and it checked all the boxes for us.
Nick, what would you tell people like your younger self in Boston or New York about living and working in Maine?
Well, you know, I always say, like, people spend, you know, 51 weeks out of the year dreaming about that 1 week they get to spend in Maine, and you know, here we are, we get to spend, you know, the whole year in Maine, and you know, you can have your cake and eat it too. It's not a, you know, it's not a pie in the sky dream. You can live where people dream about going for vacation and work in a, you know, in a challenging job and an exciting job, and check all the boxes that you may think you would only dream about.
It's your picnic table and your park bench. It's your hotel room, your office, and your nursery. It's your first date and a shoulder to cry on. It's your barbershop, your dance floor, and your toolbox. It's your car. Find it at Quirk.
Welcome back, everyone. We are here at Little Giant, a new cool restaurant and bar here in the west end of Portland. Before we show you around, first, meet this week's game changer.
As a credit union, we're cooperative, and we have that very nature built into us as to work together and kind of come up with solutions, and it's a people helping people philosophy. And so I think if we have more chance to share more stories of the various organizations out there that you're putting on your show, it's a greater opportunity to other people to jump in and help them expand their cause and do greater and bigger things in our communities.
Welcome back to Game Changers. My name is Jess Knox. I'm the host today. I'm here with Jason Judd. We're here today at Town & Country Federal Credit Union to talk a little bit about Jason's work. Jason, tell our viewers about the things you guys are doing at Project Login.
Sure. So Project Login is a program of Educate Maine, business-led nonprofit, and basically what we're trying to do is increase the number of professionals in the tech industry here in the state. And what we do is we work with students from basically birth through retirement on computer science education. We work really closely with higher ed institutions in Maine to bring business into schools and match students with opportunities for internships. And then we also work with adults who are interested in going to the tech industry that want some short-term training opportunities.
It sounds like a great program. How do you think all of those programs work together to build a community for sort of job opportunities and opportunities for the future?
Sure. So what we do is we're often the convening organization where we bring business and education together. and figure out how they can learn from each other and how they can support each other. So oftentimes that means matching students with specific jobs and opportunities in business, and also bringing business into the classroom to show students what opportunities are involved in the tech industry in the state.
I suspect in this process of talking to both employers and to educational institutions and students, you probably see some opportunities to do some really big things. If you had a wand and you could wave that wand and achieve your moonshot, what would your moonshot be?
Sure. So in Maine, we need a lot more students and adults with tech skills. So what we'd love to see is to have all K-12 students have access to computer science opportunities right during the school day.
It sounds like I'm all for that. I think that's a great idea. So if people want to get involved, if they want to find out more about Project Login or Educate Maine, how can they do that?
You can certainly follow us on social media at Project Login on Facebook, on Twitter. We've got a great website, projectlogin.com, where you can find out more information or simply sign up for one of our events as you hear about them throughout the state.
Well, I'll see you there.
Great, thanks.
Thanks very much for being here.
Thank you.
We're at Little Giant in Portland, Maine. It's in the West End neighborhood on the corner of Danforth and Clark. Little Giant's a neighborhood restaurant with a bar and a neighborhood shop attached to it. It's a very welcoming, open space, bright space that we want people to feel comfortable in. Comfortable to take a date, comfortable to take their kids, comfortable to take their grandmother. A space that everyone's welcome and everyone has a good time and everyone finds something that they enjoy.
We're married and our business partners are also a married couple, and we both have kids, and so we wanted to create a space that we would want to come on a date when we don't have our kids with us, but also when we do have our kids, and to have a place where we can all go out and have a meal together and feel really comfortable.
For us, the menu is, we say continental European. Really what that means to us is an opportunity to create good food that people really want to enjoy eating. There's not one particular style of food so much as we try and say neighborhood food or continental European, which means we get to pull from lots of different inspirations.
What do we have here?
Kind of runs the gamut of things that are accessible to things that are a little bit more exciting for those people who want to really roll up their sleeves and get into some good food.
The community here is so welcoming, and especially the food community. I mean, there are so many wonderful people. Some of our best friends own some of our favorite restaurants in town, and coffee shops and wine bars, and so it's nice to be able to be part of that, and I feel like it's a real privilege to be able to count those people as not only my friends but my peers.
If you're doing cool stuff, everybody's excited about it, everybody's excited to support each other.
You know, there are a lot of different projects out there, a lot of styles of restaurants, and this fits me very well. I enjoy it very much here. If you're looking for something really simple and straightforward, cold beer, great, wonderful. Love to serve you a beer. If you're looking for a craft cocktail, that's wonderful as well. One of the inspirations is to make sure that there literally is a big range of cocktails. So if you're looking for something light and bright, we have a cocktail that's on draft, Fly-By Spritz, which is phenomenal and wonderfully, like I said, bright. If you're low proof, also have some veins of that through our sherry and vermouth cocktails. So come in, have a couple of drinks that aren't particularly high test. But then again, if you would like something that is a little stronger, we have that as well. If you're kind of doing this and you're not excited about meeting people and about kind of really talking about the things that I'm passionate about, and those are spirits and cocktails. And I get to do both. You're very welcome.
Cheers.
You might have to
Oh my goodness.
That.
Hello, Brad.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you today.
This is Brad Ellsworth, shipwright, master boat builder. On the website, you call this the Resto Mod, restoration and modification. If you could tell our friends at home what that exactly means.
Resto Mod is a combination of restoration, modification, taking old world design, charm, taking and putting that together now with new technology. at better advanced building materials, so on, and trying to preserve classic lines of yesteryear, but bringing it back again. Currently, we're working on 1931 Huckins design. So we're basically at the process of, we've just completed the hull, and now we're starting to build the superstructure. We did a resto mod to this boat years ago, replacing the entire bottom and combining new technology with IPS pod drive systems.
And it happens right here in Rockland, Maine. Let's go take a first spin.
Sounds good.
Thanks. Woohoo! Does it get any louder?
Hey guys, how are you?
Wow, that is beautiful.
Sam, meet Erin.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Erin, Sam. This is a good example of the fiberglass and paint work that Yachting Solutions does. We don't normally do cars. It's not normally our bailiwick, but the whole nose, the whole front end of this car was completely changed. And then all of the fiberglass and paint work prep, and we actually painted this car in Super Jet Black All Grip, which is a boat paint, and cars aren't usually painted in boat paint, but we thought it'd be really fun, and it's a really good example of the type of paint work and glass work that Yachting Solutions can do.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Job
fun.
well done.
Thank you.
Shall we walk and talk and take out your
Yeah,
other
sure,
love?
Let's do it.
Let's do that.
So how long have you had Northern Spy up here?
We finished the resto mod in 2009, and so we've been cruising her ever since. The boat was built in 1954 in Jacksonville, Florida, and she was a great boat then, but she's even better now. So we've made her into something even better, which has really been fun.
Let's take her out.
All right, let's do it.
We ended up doing a lot of things to the boat. We replaced the entire keel. The whole bottom of the boat is new, and Bill's guys did all this work. We went to Volvo to repower this boat with the Volvo IPS drives.
This is pretty unique. This was the first boat that was ever repowered as an IPS drive. It was never done in a repower, and it was certainly never done in a wooden boat repower. So that's what made this boat really special. And it's all joystick control. It has a sky hook feature, so you can push a button and it'll hover. Everything you see here was custom fabricated at YS. I mean, everything right down to the hinges and the hydraulic lift system.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Here we go, guys. I'm here.
Dan will take
Welcome
it.
back, Erin.
How
are you?
Good. How are you? So nice to have you back.
Nice to see you. Last week we introduced you to one of the other brothers, Ernie.
Yes.
This week, Brother Gibb,
Brother Gilbert.
General Manager here at Micucci's. How's it going?
Very good, very good.
So tell us so he's one of 6?
One of my 6 brothers. Lucky me.
No sisters?
No sisters, and I'm the youngest.
So how do they treat you?
Oh, they treat me like gold for the most part, but let me tell you, they play a lot of tricks on me. I never know what I'm going to find in my Jeep or in my office.
You're the youngest?
Or on the back. I'm the youngest.
So tell me what your job entails, and I mean, you've got how many employees now?
We got 20 employees here now. It's growing, pretty much trying to keep them all in line. It's tough keeping Anna and Julie in line here.
Julie's your sister too?
Julie's a sister-in-law, yes.
Not your wife?
No.
So you have an exciting event that you're going to be inviting me to that includes 2 of my favorite things, wine and cheese?
Yes, we have Mike DeMillo from DeMillo Imports is going to be here. Actually, we have a gentleman coming from Italy, Michael Fulcini.
Oh, wow.
His wine's going to be featured along with our local vendors. That's all their cheeses and products that they do will be here also.
You guys do that often, or do you try to get
We do
folks
wine
that you
tastings
use?
about every other week or every 2 weeks. We just started that.
Is that
But this one we're
public?
adding the
Can
food.
people
free.
Really?
Free for
Open
everyone.
to the public.
Open to the public.
Come and join us. Come and join us.
The Italian way.
Absolutely.
Oh, now, are you a cook? Because I know we're going to go see Uncle Guy here in a minute.
He's a better cook than me. I help him out with stuff, product that he needs, any questions, but he does all the cooking.
Cool. Well, let's
I
go.
couldn't do this without Gib.
It's a family affair.
It is.
All right, time for some chicken parm.
Let's go see Uncle
All
Guy.
right.
Where's Uncle Guy? What are you doing back here?
He's making all the delicious foods.
Who's this for?
These are the dinners that go out today.
So how many different varieties do you guys offer?
He has raviolis, he has spaghetti and meatballs, he has rigatoni and meatballs, chicken parm and penne. What am I missing, Uncle?
Stuffed shell, manicotti.
Your fingers are busy with the singles, but you guys do more too, right? You can do from 1 to 4 to 40?
And more. So Uncle does catering. Not only does he do these single dinners that you can come and pick up for lunch or supper for just yourself.
Oops, excuse me.
We have the big trays that you can come and pick up anytime, or you can call him ahead and he will prepare whatever you want for as many as you want. And he does meat and cheese trays, all different varieties. And those single stuffed breads are going in the oven shortly, and those people can pick up right off the shelf. And he also does the very large ones for catering. So there's a whole catering menu. Uncle, throw something in there.
What can I say? I think you've covered it all, Anna.
What about desserts?
Oh, we have those too.
Holy cannolis? We
Anna's favorite right there.
All right, well, what's for lunch? Take my pick?
Take your pick, whatever you want.
Oh my gosh,
Thank you,
I
guys.
love that I'm
You're
Italian.
welcome.
Bon appetit.
Thanks for joining us, everyone, this week. Before we go,
Yeah, we have one last song from our friends, the Ghost of Paul Revere.
go Ghost, go!
I love that. All right, so with the new album though, like, what's the biggest departure from past Ghost tunes?
Every other Ghost record has been live in front of microphones, and this one was not. This one was we put it together kind of piece by piece, especially when we, halfway through recording, we decided we wanted to add percussion to the record, and once that happened, it gave us all an opportunity to play with stuff like electricity and organs and pianos and string parts.
Yeah, it's pretty lush. A lot of strings actually. About 8 of the songs have strings on it, and then there's a little bit of horns on there.
I mean, it took us a lot longer to record this record than anything we've done before. The other, Believe, I think we recorded in 4 days, and this one was, I think, 19 days in the studio.
It's definitely more substantial in terms of content and creativity.
When it was all done right, what was it like figuring out the sequencing of the album?
And it was kind of cool because the last Believe, our last full length, we wanted it on vinyl, but it wasn't set up for vinyl because there's definitely a structure and kind of a length for sides and kind of where you put the first song, where you put like the last song of your side A or side B. So this one definitely felt like we planned it out for vinyl, which felt really good because it had that kind of that
side A and a side B.
Yeah. Lyrically, Max and I both brought a lot of different things to the table for this record, but at the same time, they all had really similar themes, which was kind of crazy. Right. A lot of kind of like going through hard spots and coming out the other side. It was an interesting transition and sometimes a frustrating one, but like also we weren't afraid to kind of grow and change what we were doing. I think that people are gonna trust us when they put on the record, and what we accomplished, I'm really proud of.
Golden was the day I turned to walk away, but never got too far. All alone with with my eyes out to sea, all the while thinking of where I should be, and my eyes out to sea. Foolish is the mouth and words that it lets out go rarely understood. Onward now, though my heart's in the bind. Onward, how to get back to that